Whoa! Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god, I did! Is this bad? Is this bad? You should pull that out. That shit is not cool. Pull what out? The door, man. You got a fucking door in your neck. You're crazy. You're crazy, man. You're crazy. I like you. You're crazy.
We have here, it's Brandenburg Gate. On the top of it, we have a statue which Napoleon was trying to steal from Berlin, and he wanted to base it in Paris, but then he lost his throne. Statue came back to Berlin. Here it was renovated and placed on Bebelplatz. So, I guess you're tourists, right? You're not citizens of Berlin. Why did you choose Berlin? Was there something special about it?
Yeah, of course.
Me, I like to read the history, and I feel the city is full of sense of history and detail there. And I think it's good. You would like to stay here for some hours and you go to the Sweden. So, okay.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
From Turkey.
Alright, have you ever been to Belgium?
I have. Yeah, it's the first time.
Berlin.
Tutaj są ja.
So, do you like it?
Yes, it's
Alright, so have you been to some interesting places? Like some theater or museum?
actually not so.
So you just sightseeing the views. What do you think about, like, if you think about Germany, think about what? Like Berlin, the first, like,
First thing comes.
yeah.
Yeah. Can it be just like discipline, or does it have to be something so concrete, like Brandenburger or the hardworking?
Hardworking people,
Yeah.
Germans.
What about maybe some food or
Protein,
yeah?
potatoes,
Sausages.
yeah, currywurst, sausage.
Alright, so thank you very much.
In 18th century, Berlin became the center of Jewish enlightenment. As Berlin's Jews continued to infiltrate the social and economic elite, their ranks continued to grow. By the turn of the century, there were more than 110,000 Jews in Berlin, more than 5% of the total population. Between 1818 and 1913, 8 elaborate new synagogues were constructed, raising Berlin's total to 16. At the same time, however, anti-Semitism was on the rise and attacks on Jews increased. In the years between 1933 and 1939, Jewish communal life decreased dramatically. Jews could only send their children to Jewish schools, and could not interact with any citizens other than their own kind.
The memorial to the murdered Jews of Europe was designed by Peter Eisman and Richard Sterra and established by German government. It was built since 1st of April 2003 to 10th of May 2005, but the idea of the monument was planned in July of 1997. It takes place stretch 19,000 square meters. This memorial comprised of 2711 concrete blocks with color of cremated human ashes and 41 trees planted on the border. The Holocaust Memorial was built to commemorate victims of murdered Jews. Remember how important is fight with violence and respect to human rights.
Bebelplatz is a square in the center of Berlin, Germany, situated at the Brandenburg Gate, at the end of the Amsterdam. This square is named after French capital Paris in honor of the anti-Napoleon occupation of Paris in 1814. It is one of the main points of the city.
The Gendarmenmarkt is a square in Berlin at the side of Concert House, the French Cathedral and the German Cathedral. In the center of the square there is a statue of Friedrich Schiller, the Germanist poet. The most characteristic building is the Concert House, which was designed by Karl Schinkel.
The Hotel Adon, which you can see over there, is the luxury hotel situated in the heart of Berlin on Unter den Linden Boulevard. The legendary hotel was one of the most famous hotels in Europe. It opened in 1907 and was destroyed in 1945. The hotel you can admire now was opened in 1997 and was inspired by the original. During his visit in 2002, Michael Jackson dug his son out of one of the hotel's windows.
St. Hedwig's Cathedral was built in 1747 to 1773 by architect Georg von Nobelsdorf. This is an archiepiscopal church, Archdiocese of Berlin. The church was damaged in 1943, but 10 years later was reconstructed by architect Hans Schwippert. The church was consecrated in 1773 on the personal wishes King of Prussia.
This is Bebelplatz, a large square in Berlin designed by Georg von Knobelsdorff as a center for arts and science. There is library memorial which commemorates Jewish books burning. You can also see here Humboldt University, one of the oldest universities in Berlin. It has had a lot of famous professors, for example Albert Einstein or Brothers Grimm. There is also St. Hedwig's Cathedral in Bebelplatz, one of a few Catholic cathedrals in Berlin.
The Bebelplatz is known as the site of one in famous Nazi book burning ceremonies held in the evening of 10th May 1933 in many German university cities. At the students' invitation, Propaganda Minister Joseph Goebbels' speech prior to the burning. Besides other spectators, it was attended by members of Nazi Students' League, the SA, SS and Hitler Youth groups. They burned around 20,000 books. Now there is a memorial in memory of this event and scene on which is written in German. That was prelude only. Where they burn books, they will burn people.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so where are you from?
I'm from Australia.
Have you ever been?
No, my very first hour.
Or German, like
first thought of Checkpoint Charlie and the Brandenburg Gate. I wanted to see Checkpoint Charlie in the Brandenburg Gate. So far away from Australia. Yep. No, it was the tourist sightseeing. It was Checkpoint Charlie and the wall and
Yes.
Very efficient.
They take
very
over
organised. Very well.
I don't know any.
No, I don't. No. I'm not moving on sports. I don't know many Australian sports people. So. We just arrived from Poland, just walked from the train station. So I've been here sort of half an hour. And then we're going back to Poland tonight at 5 o'clock, so 5 hours in Berlin. And then I fly back to Australia tomorrow. So it's a very quick Berlin tour. Thank you.
Do you know what happened here before Second World War?
Before the Second World War?
Yeah.
Yes, books were burned and gathered and, from authors which were forbidden by the Nazis, you know, and books, yes.
And in which year was it?
Maybe must have been between 1933 and
Yes, it is 1933.
It was 1933, yes.
Yeah.
Why they did it?
Because they didn't tolerate literature of a certain kind which they considered, let's say, entartet is the German word for it, which means that they thought it's not an art anymore, you know? It's like something like pervert or so.
Who lead the Nazis who burned books?
No, I don't know.
Minister Goebbels.
Yes, right.
How many books they burnt?
How many?
Yeah.
It's difficult to say. You mean on this place? I mean, they did it also in other places, I think.
On one stack.
On one stack. Yeah, just can guess, you know, and maybe 20,000.
Perfect. Do you think everyone should visit their place and why?
This place, everyone who comes to the center of Berlin, I think would be nice, because now it's a bit noisy, but tell the people to come maybe in 2 or 3 years. If they can do it, then it's very nice here. And the opera will be ready, and there's a very nice monument, you know. You have seen it, I guess, the window where you can look down and see kind of a white library.
Yeah, the Verskene Bibliothek. Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
How many books they burnt?
Say 5,000.
No.
No? More?
More.
Yeah, I don't know.
20,000.
20,000, alright.
Yeah, books. And do you think everyone should visit the place and why?
Well, you should obviously visit it out of historic reasons and to get to know what happened here better than I did. And it's a beautiful building. And the Faculty of Law is here.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jeszcze raz. In 1814. Jeszcze raz. In 1814.
Krystian, powiedz coś.
Disaster.
Ja cię
Ale chcesz sama na nas powietrzem przeprowadzić wywiad?
Nie robię wywiadu, teraz po sądy, mam wyjść ten początek.
Aha, okej. Jeżeli wiesz o co chodzi, to powiedz własnymi słowami, nie musisz tego naprawdę znać.
Nie.
Memorial to the murdered Jews of Europe was designed by Peter Eisman and Richard Sterra and established by German government. It was built since 1st of April to
Kurde. Jak mogłem tak? A ty ze mną?
No to jedziemy!
Dobra,